Dalvin Down, the last Muslim podcast. I want to welcome you all out. We live in full effect. It's definitely going down. I'm glad for all you guys to be able to show up, pop out, see what's happening. The last Muslim Volume 1 is out now, done by or produced by Epic the Don, written by Dalvin Dawood. You can catch it also on SoundCloud. Also follow me on TikTok, Dalvin Dawood. Yo, the last Muslim podcast. We here dropping that hawk, man. You know what I mean? That's what this whole thing is about. A lot of people don't want to understand the factors. They want to think that we all going backwards. You know what I mean? And we all being actors. But at the end of the day, you know, myself personally, I always try to convey the truth and my actions, my walk, my talk, and everything that I do. Yo, hope y'all catch it. Hope y'all catch the feel, the vibe. I want to welcome you all out. Last Muslim podcast. We live, full effect. Whew. Yeah, I'm ready to come through, drop this hard. I'm ready to come through and spit that. Yeah, I'm ready to spit that. You know what I'm saying? All praises due to the God, first and foremost, bringing us together today as as just people. You know what I'm saying? Conversing with one another, being able to drop this real ish. You know what I'm saying? We want to welcome you all out. You know, I play the Jane on low. You know what I mean? I put it on low. Uh, uh, yeah, pretty much. I want to welcome you all out. The Last Muslim podcast. Definitely gonna drop this. We dropping it. We doing it live all day on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drop it on on a podcast soon here. Man, I want to welcome you all out. I'm grateful for all of y'all support. Man, it's been a while. I had to get things set back up. You know, the God got a way of doing things, and so we just move in the way that the God presents for us to move. So I'm glad to be able to be here to drop this hawk, and also to be able to be here and spit uh, these facts, man. I wanna, man. Where can we go? Where can we go? What we gonna do? The show lineup, man. I got the phone on the other side. I was gonna do like a full lineup, but then, man, you know what? The thing that really been on my mind and really been on my heart, bro, it has been the difference between the truth and ignorance. You understand? Truth and ignorance. And it's like the thing is people don't realize that all you have is the truth. People don't realize that the truth is the foundation. It's real. It's what you can stand on. It's what you can stand on in order to propel yourself forward or back, left or right. You have to be standing on something to be able to move in a certain way. Uh, Falsehood is like this being suspended in air, standing on nothing. You know what I mean? And if you try to walk on it forward or back, you're not really getting nowhere. You're just suspended in air. You know what I mean? A lot of people propagate their falsehood on one another. And when you propagate your falsehood upon each other, that's what makes, that's what causes the tyranny and oppression that we see in the world today. It's because everyone's falsehood is accepted, and then there's one totality false way that they go that it starts from the scriptures, but it's been manipulated and maliciously turned into something totally different. So now we have interest, uh, slavery, perpetual slavery, We have uh, murder for science. We have, uh, you know, scientific studies involving humanity without their knowing consent. So what we're seeing is the perpetuation of the destruction of a civilization and people perpetuating their falsehood in order to perpetuate this plan. And in the so-called United States, or in the United States, they have this political system that runs on capitalism. And the political system is you're the democracy or you're a Republican or something like a conservative or a liberal or some type of terms that they use. And you agree with one party aspect of it, perspective, or another parties. Then they got subcategories and different groups of these different groups that's inside it. But all of them are, it's all politics. And politics is nothing more than two sides of the same coin, two options, making you feel like you have an option, especially when you have capitalism involved, because capitalism is about capital gains. And so when money is the perpetuating factor that causes the republic to run, then the individuals that hold the money, they are the ones that control the way that the republic moves. So the individuals that control the money, they practice, saying, child slavery, child, genital mutilation, child rape, murder, sacrifice. And this is what they're about, and they control the money. What do you think they're going to have the country doing? What do you think they're going to have the republic doing? All the individuals that answer for them. And all the people that answer for them, that's the Congress, Senate, all these people, they're the ones that's answering to them. They're saying that they're on your side, but look at what's been happening. But at the end of the day, I think some are on the side of the people, but most are on the side of what's going to line in the pockets. Capitalism can't run. Capitalism cannot be the deciding factor of a republic. A republic, the Constitution of a republic is based on the morality of a republic. So if the republic is based on a moral structure, the moral structure has to be a sound moral structure coming from the truth. They say the Constitution is based on the Bible. They say the King James Version Bible, but King James was not and never was authorized to translate the Bible in the first place. He had no right to it. And if he was going to translate the Bible, why didn't he translate the correct scriptures? Why did he translate the translated scriptures? You can't take the original, translate it, then take the translation as the original and not incorporate the original. And this is what they do with the translations. And say they build their legislation off of a translation. And so that shit falls to shit, and they pick up capitalism, interest, when the creator has abolished interest. But the third installment of the truth, he abolished interest for all of the children of Adam. Man, we about to get into it. We about to get live. I'm gonna see if I can call one of my brothers up and get some things popping. But grateful for all you to come out here and be a part of this situation. And y'all, last Muslim baby, I want to welcome y'all out. Let's get it. Yo, last Muslim brought to you by SOA Incorporated. The boys doing their thing. Let's see if I can get a brother on the line. SOA Incorporated, 36 CNT, Who Gang, Dalvin Dowd, that's me. Yo, grateful to be able to be a facility, a facilitator that brings the truth. Love y'all little young dudes out here. Man. Woo. Yo, that was Default. Dog and Dawood, produced by Epic the Don. You can catch that catch that live in full effect on all platforms. The Last Muslim Volume 1 by Dog and Dawood, produced by Epic the Don. All right, y'all. Definitely glad to be here tonight, man. Drop this hawk. Drop these facts. Man, we talking Hebrew Israelites, man. We talking to the brothers that claim that they are the people of the book. And guess what? I believe you. I believe that you're the people of the book. I believe that you're people of the book, and I believe that you have a valid argument and a valid point up until you use the King James Version. When you use the King James Version translation, you have to realize that it takes you and the supreme ruler of everything in existence to understand it. And you're not going to understand it yourself. The supreme ruler of everything in existence is going to grant you the understanding of it while you submit to the commandments. You know, Exodus, I want to say, what, 20, I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I've dug through the previous scriptures. I acknowledge them, their existence. I acknowledge the truth in them, and I acknowledge the bullshit that's in the translations. So if anybody want to, drop the hawk, talk about it, let's bring it. Like, I love it. I love to talk the truth, man. Spit that truth on them. Truthfortheyouth@gmail.com. If y'all trying to reach me, Dogman Dawood. Y'all, you trying to reach SOA, truthfortheyouth@gmail.com. If you're trying to reach 36ENT, truthfortheyouth@gmail.com. Look, at the end of the day, brothers and sisters got to remember, what the people got to remember, is that when it comes to being a so-called Hebrew Israelite, when it comes to making that type of claim, you need to be well aware of the implications that you're implementing yourself in. Because when you're a Hebrew Israelite, you be one of those individuals that strive for the truth and the truth alone, especially when you're making the claim, I'm Hebrew. You need to be striving for the truth and the truth alone. As a Hebrew Israelite, it's up to like the men in the family to know the law of God, to read the law of God, to study the law of God, and to apply the law of God in their lives. And when they see their brother going astray, to help their brother, what's the word for it? Help their brother reflect upon the law of God in order that he veers himself away from evil. Being a Hebrew Israelite is about being an example. Being a Hebrew Israelite is about being humble, understanding the circumstances and the conditions that we're under, understanding the blind, deaf, and dumbness of the people, in order that we not perpetuate the same mistakes of our fathers and our forefathers. People say, yo, how could you make a mistake? How could you make a mistake? How could you make the mistake of going left when you have right in front of you? The Quran tells us that the people of the book threw the law behind their back. When the Quran was revealed to them, they act like they ain't even heard it. I don't even hear what the fuck that. Quran reveals the truth about everything in existence so that we have an understanding, and especially the ones that should hold it up first should be the children of Israel, the so-called children of Israel. We should be the first in line holding it up. The first saying, this is the proof. We should be the first in line saying that. Yeah. We're supposed to be the first in line. And we the first ones denying it. And Allah tells us specifically in the Quran, do not be the first ones to deny this message. And we the first that shit for the Arabs. And we not Arabs. Yo, what they say, what they say, and we not Arabs. We are descendants of Israel, and we have the promise. Man, what's the promise? What's the promise? Aki, tell me what the promise is. That we gonna rule the world at all. That shit is far away from the truth. Indeed, Allah and his soldiers will be victorious, and his servants, and everyone will know that the messengers came and told the truth. Indeed, that's a fact. That's fact. That's fact. That's going down. See, y'all individuals think that you're going to be saved. Yeah, some of you think that the Christ, Isa, he's coming back and he's gonna save you. Some of you think that. Some of you think that by the blood of Jesus, you've been saved, and that's the only way you can be saved. Some of you believe that the Quran is for the Arabs and the Torah is for the Hebrew Israelites. Some of you say Paul brought the truth. Some of you say Paul's a liar. You all still divided. You all still divided in y'all movement. Still divided in y'all's law. So you don't understand the union and unity of being an Israelite. Without unity, you can never be a nation. You can never be a nation in front of the people. But a lot of people think that being an Israelite means standing on the corner saying, yo, Edom, Esau, y'all the devil, y'all going to hell. Y'all going to hell. We gonna have y'all as slaves. Nigga, they lying. Folks be lying, man. People can't help themselves. You either have two options in this life. You either have the truth or the BS. You got two options, man. Two. The truth or you have the BS. And the BS is 99.9% everything out here. And the truth is 0.01% out here. And the people that stand upon the truth, they're the people that are movers, the shakers of the whole entire planet. And the people that stand on the BS, they're bullshit. Excuse my expression. The Hebrew Israelites, they are real. They are people. They are many of the so-called blacks in America. They are all over the world, spread out throughout all the nations, scattered. A lot of individuals don't understand the concept of what's truly the true reality. The truth is stranger than fiction. The truth of it all is stranger than fiction because you realize this very experience that you're having is a divine experience. And every millisecond that goes by is a divine experience. And everything is under subject and submission. Everything. There's nothing that's out of place. For every cause, there's an effect. When you realize the fact of the matter that truly we're not in control, the only thing we're in control of is our thought and our action, you begin to see like what the true reality is. But a lot of people think that the bullshit is what counts. So you got some people abortion, some people say pro-life, some people say war, some people say no war, some people say capitalism, some people say socialism, some people say this, some people say it's all fucking bullshit. Because there's only truth and falsehood. There's only right and there's only wrong. And a lot of shit that we experiencing as people on the planet is fucking wrong. A lot of this shit is tyranny. A lot of this shit is oppression. Interest from banks, that's tyranny and oppression. The whole withholding of food and water by governments restricting each other because of beliefs, that's tyranny. And it's nothing but rich dudes playing games with one another. Well, if you won't give me this, I'm gonna give you this, and we won't feed your people. Fuck that shit, man. People, we going through some bullshit because we choosing it. If humanity, I'm not gonna say humanity. If the people decided to stand on truth all together, that's everyone on the planet, me and Jen, everybody said we standing for the truth, the world will be a different place. But the world's not going to be a different place because everyone's prone to bullshit, the feel good answer. The Quran says, indeed, we cause mankind to be sick once or twice a year in order to see if they'll be grateful. This is the Quran. This is what the Creator says that He does. He causes everyone to become sick once or twice a year to see if we'll be grateful. Because the humanity doesn't know the simple truth, the medical industry is allowed to play a game on all of humanity. The once or twice a person is sick a year, guess what? They run into the doctor. Oh shit, something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you don't understand, bro. And once or twice a year, we become sick. So God is testing us to see if we be grateful for the health that we have for the other 362 days of the year. But a lot of people don't want to understand this truth. A lot of people don't want to grasp the full reality. They don't want to understand that it's all about decisions. The Quran tells us when Satan is bound and chained in hell, Allah got me to the best words so I can say the right thing. When Satan is bound in hell, the people gonna be like, that's the motherfucker that tricked us all. They did it. You did it. You made us in this condition. All the nations, the people, the rulers, everybody's gonna want to be like, here's the reason we're going through this. And Satan at that time, seeing clear for the first time, is gonna be like, y'all, for real, I didn't do anything. The only thing I did was whisper to you. And you made a decision and complied. And when you realize the full reality of that, you understand like it's all about what you're thinking. It's all about what you process as an individual as the truth. And see, Satan uses all the interference and 99.9% bullshit that's out here to cause you to think some other shit. The Creator tells you to submit to the word, study the word, then apply it in your life. That's what you do. And through your submission, the Creator will instill faith, and then you will fully believe, and you'll be able to stand on the book, and you'll be able to recite the book when the time is right, because the Creator will put that in you. You'll be able to live by it, make every single decision that you make by the book because of what the Creator has dropped for you. He dropped the ark for us, ladies and gentlemen, for everyone, not just the Israelites, not just the Arabs, but everyone. The Torah, that was for the people, all the people. The gospel, for all the people. The songs, all the books of wisdom that came from the Creator was for the entire planet of people so that they could be guided to the best way. these people don't understand what's at stake. They don't understand that is truly taking place. The deal struck between Satan and the Creator. And it wasn't even a deal. Just Satan avowed, he said, yeah, I'm going to show you that they're not worthy for me to bow to. I'm going to show you that they not nothing. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Satan was talking that mess. And the Creator was like, man, the truth is what I say. That anyone in the field follow you, men, surely I will fill hell with you all. This is what the Creator said. And Satan avowed to destroy, make war, to go against the children of Adam until the day of judgment. So this reality, when you see a so-called black person, so-called descendant of the book, so-called people, they going through the reality of being attacked by Satan at every single level and making a decision whether to follow God or follow the Satan. And most of the people, they follow the Satan because that's easier. I make 6 figures, fuck that. I'm going to do this. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, I'm a millionaire. I'm not about to be that because of... People don't see the big picture. People don't believe in the truth of this divine existence. That this life on earth is a test. Because the children of Adam, we fucked up. We had everything. We had paradise. We had the fine broads, the motherfucking fruit. We could do what we wanted to do. Crib, we had the whole crew. We was, yeah. And the one thing that we was told not to do, we did that shit. And fucked up everything. The paradise, being in paradise was a big fucking thing. It was a big thing to be in paradise. Like, we was made and put in paradise, boom. Off the breaks. We didn't have to be in earth. We didn't have to go through the toil, thorns. Wow, nah. We got to live in paradise and peace with the women and the children and the food and the doing us and being families and all this. And then we listen to the serpent. And the serpent convinced us to get rid of our life. And when we consumed this fruit, our light was gone. And for the first time, the flesh of the children of Adam and Eve, the first people, was exposed. And this is what the Satan was after in the first place. And the children of Adam ran, and they all ran the tribes, they ran to put leaves on them, and then the queen's like, yo, didn't I tell y'all not to eat that shit? Now the earth with all of you. So all the men, the tribes, the people of Adam, all of them sent to earth along with the Satan, his people, the jinn that was in his tribe and his camp was sent to earth at that time. And the war ensued. It's been going and raging. Last Muslim Podcast, we still promoting for the Last Muslim Volume 1 album. It's out on all platforms. Check it out. We out here rocking. Man, we about to get back on there. I hope all you get a diet feel. I hope y'all can hear it. Try to put up a little bit. Yo. Stuff. About to get that commercial break. Which ain't going on soon. Shout out to the one person that's viewing this. Y'all make sure y'all catch that album. That's out on all platforms. Up and Down with the Last Muslim. Help me run these views up. The listens up. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Let's look at it. Let's see where we at. 46,809 so far. So, see what happens. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, I'm walking y'all back. Shoot. Left off children of Adam, the Satan and his tribe, all of them on earth. Now people don't understand Genesis or the beginning of the books of the Bible, but the books of the Bible, like I don't want to give y'all assumption where I think that a lot of like the Genesis and all that stuff came from. I don't want to drop no assumption, you know. So I stick with the Quran, the criterion, you know, but the criterion really explains what I'm telling you, and what I'm telling you guys is coming from the Quran, but I'm gonna give you a drop from Genesis. If you check in like the third chapter to start conversation, like these are the generations in the heaven and earth before, yo, they're talking about the generations of the heavens and the earth and all this stuff. And they try to say that Adam was the first man on earth, but when you find out in Genesis, and in the third chapter, it tells you that that Adam was created later on during creation. You know what I'm saying? And when you go through the Quran, it gives you a story about when the creator talked about making Adam. He said, yo, well, I'm gonna make a man. And then the angels are like, yo, the creator was like, I'm gonna make a successor for earth. So I'm gonna make a people, a next people for the earth. And then the angels and the ones in the high holy places and the stations, the angels were like, you gonna make a one that sheds blood while we praise and give honor to your name? And the creator was like, look, I know what y'all don't know. So he took black mud and mingled sperm and he breathed his creative soul into man, and man became a living being. And from infancy to adulthood, the creator raised this man and granted him knowledge in all things, right? So he able to express words about every single thing in existence. And so he caused all the angels and the ones in the high places to gather up. And then he tested the man in front of the angels, and he tested the angels. And he told the angels to name everything, this and creation. And the angels is like, yo, sure, we don't have the knowledge. The knowledge is with you, what this is and what that is. Then he asked the man, and the man gave word to each item. And you see, all the heavens, all the hosts of heaven, they all bowed to mankind at that point because they saw that he was up next. Except Iblis. Iblis is like, yo, I'm bowing to that black mud man. And the creator's like, yo, why ain't you bowing? He said, never would I bow to a man that you created with your hands from black mud. Bud. Blackity, blackity, black. Black mud. Children of Adam. Pay attention, y'all. And so that's a story recited that I recited in English in an English translation. In Arabic, it's deeper. It's even more like it's like, ah, man, it hits you. It hits you different. But when people had to understand the true reality of what's happening on this earth, it's just the Creator says most will not believe. So we understand most won't believe. That is a hard concept to grasp because as a believer, you want everybody to believe. You're like, shit, it's the truth. Especially when the faith hits you. When the faith hits you, it's the absolute truth. So now you can't rock off. And as you study, your study makes you more humble because you understand that you cannot compel anyone into belief. The only thing that you can do is drop the truth, drop the heart. And if they come back to you after you drop it and they hear to it, they listen. They're on the verge, but they run away from you and leave it. You can't compel anyone to submission. They have to recognize their submission, regardless. You have to recognize your submission. A lot of people don't understand this reality, man. And I keep saying, and will reiterate, most people don't understand this reality. Most people don't understand and they won't understand. Most of the people choose darkness over the light. They want the falsehood, what feels good, over the truth. That's how moms are dads, sisters, and brothers. And when you come into the truth, you have to make a decision because you realize as you follow the truth and you drop, as you follow the truth and you drop the you drop the hey, peace to you, brother Hakeem Saeed. Alhamdulillah for the salutation. What was I at? Man, Allah bring me back to where I was at. I lost focus. Sorry. Ah man, I did. I lost track, man. Ah, what's going on with you, Hakeem? You drop something for me, man. Like you can jump in the conversation if you want. You know, I don't care, man. I like to build with brothers and I like to build with the believers all the time. Drop that hawk back and forth. Man, you know, the truth is hard to accept when you look for it as well. A lot of individuals don't realize that. Like the truth is the hardest pill to swallow. Because like if it sounds good and be like, yeah, I'm about that truth. I can sit on this. And you feel like that, but when that when that truth hits you and you have the full awakening, you can't do you don't have no time for the facade. You don't have time for the lies. You don't have time for people living in the lie. When you find your closest of kin are enemies of Allah and they wish to cause you to deviate from the path, you have to disassociate yourself from these people. Even your mothers and your father. You have to disassociate yourself because they choose in the darkness. And see, the thing is, when you read the Quran and you study with a open heart, and you bow like with a full submission, when you submit completely to the Quran and you erase your illogical process, when you erase your illogical thoughts, and you place your thoughts on the remembrance of the recitation, you find a different reality, a different perception. You find a totally different lifestyle. Salam to you, bro. Last Muslim podcast. And y'all people, hey, look, I'm gonna need a media team so they can talk to people. Get to some of this music, man. We get back to rapping. We're gonna wrap things up in a little bit here. Trying to give you an hour. I don't like to keep talking. I like to just keep walking. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to brother Kareem, man. He be dropping that hard. Okay, so now we say that the sunnah, okay, is the explanation. I hope all y'all get a hit of that. Now, I hope it's not too loud. Because first of all, the Quran came, right? Yeah. We explain in maybe I need to talk to y'all more, interact and all that shit. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, world? Salam. Trying to please stop us. Before us, we learn about all I can see stoppers. Cause I'm problematic at times. Swap us. Notice in these lessons if you pay attention. Notice the expression we beyond apprehension. Systemic lies with big words in this guy lies. Yo. We gotta wrap this up, man. We're not gonna wrap it up. This is the beginning, man. I didn't really have a show plan. I didn't like really set up anything. I just was like, I'm gonna drop something, spit this truth on here for a little bit. Talk about. Shout out to brother Kareem. Shout out to you, brother Waleed. Welcome back. Shout out to brother Hakeem Sahin. Salam to the people. Yeah. Did I not find you a straight? Then got you. Uh-huh. Yeah, you need the right mind for the right perspective. For the right mind. You're gonna need the right perspective. Living my life. I'm quite reflective how niggas by nature control me. I had a rejected master born my birthright, my craft I had to perfect it, never neglected. The light of Allah. Only with the God we protected. Separated everybody. For people getting paid from everybody. Maintained by a small lobby. To the end is what they seeing. A nuclear war. Yeah. The Last Muslim. Volume 1. Y'all make sure y'all catch that. Yo, that joint is out on all platforms. Just press play. We got to wrap up the Last Muslim podcast. And, yo, if I'm going to wrap up the Last Muslim podcast with anything, I'm going to wrap it up somehow. I'm going to burn it down and get out the house. I'm going to start burning. I'm going to start the fire and I'm going to roll out. I'm going to set the fire and I'm going to roll out. How long y'all going to let these liars rule over you? These liars dictate what you do and how you do it. How long you gonna allow these people to perpetuate a fraud on you? If a man has two masters, he'll hate one and love the other, won't he? It seems to me that you acknowledge I'm a believer, but you have two masters. That is one master that you hate. And you can say I hate Uncle Sam because he tags me, all that stuff. But a lot of people come here and make off. I think people have to come to the conclusion and the final understanding that when you're a believer, you have to live by the rules of belief. You have to live by the rules set forth. You have no choice but to live by the rules that have been implemented by the creator. Or you're going to just make a decision to live by these rules that they implement for you. Even if these rules hurt your children, hurt you, hurt your wife, hurt your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, you're going to live by those rules over the rule of the creator of everything in existence. And the rule of the creator of everything in existence is easy. The rules of the creator of everything in existence is easy. Super easy. It's so easy that, in fact, in the United States, we have, I want to say, 50,000 civil codes and 5,000 criminal codes. I wonder if anybody, check this out. Google how many laws are written in the Quran. Like, what's the numerical count of the laws in the Quran? See if anybody's ever looked it up or read it. I want to know. Shit. But I know it's a lot less. Maybe like 600. Probably less. See, a lot of people, they mistake the creator like for some dumb or some super genius person here out here. Creator is far outside of our range of thinking. So when he implies something, it's beyond our small spectrum of thought. We have to ponder the slightest part of what he tells us to implement. We have to ponder it and then put it into play because it's a grand play, but we don't see it like that because we've been taught to look and think a certain way, especially in the Americas. If you've just experienced the public education system in America, wow, shit, you fucking done. If you submit to it, you're done. You can't think for shit. You can't think in your own for shit because either the news told you some shit or scientists told you some shit. Scientists say this and scientists say that and scientists say this. What does God say? What does the creator of everything in existence say in the Quran? What does he say? What does he say? Most people say, oh, he's a bigot. You don't know what the creator is saying. Because when you read it and you look closely and you pay attention to the full reality of things, it's a very broad thing that the creator is actually saying. When he says, thou shalt not kill, people say, what about this? He says, no, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit murder. When you put to death someone for just means injustice, that's not killing. That's abiding by the law set forth, the law of the creator set forth. But when you kill somebody by what you consider or these people out here consider it just means by their laws, man, it's tyranny at best. It's tyranny at best. Tyranny at best. A lot of people don't like to get into the conversation about the United States, but the United States Incorporated is a tyrannical corporation. It's not American at all. It's very European, Eastern European. It's from a wicked block of the earth. It's a bad corporation. It's bad for business. It's bad for the so-called blacks, for sure. People got to wake up. Last Muslim I want to welcome you all out. I want to thank you all for coming through, your support, showing up. We're gonna have a lot more shows coming out next year. Shout out to SOA, by the way. Y'all make sure y'all check out Dolphin Download them on every single streaming platform there is for the music. Check out the music, Dolphin Download, the last Muslim you want, just press play. Trying to get this thing to 1 million likes so I can get some more money so I can donate to this corporation so we can become a bigger, better people. SOA Incorporated, that's a help for the Muslim people. So if you're a Muslim out there and you're looking for help, if you email Truth for the Youth, that'll put you in contact with SOA Incorporated, and they'll help assist you in certain ways. I'm putting that out there. Hopefully they give me a stipend. Y'all, I want to thank y'all for showing up, man. I'm not a good closer. Got a lot of shit to say. Excuse my expression, but I'm about to be out of here feeling a little hot, and just ready to take it down. But I want to thank y'all for showing out. Y'all, peace to you, salam to you. Y'all make sure y'all check out that music for me, and y'all check out that music for me. Salam, y'all. I'm out of here. I'm hot. Going to bed. Long day. Shout out to the wifey. She done had a baby. Brand new baby boy for her. Man, he's got different energy about him. Hey, yo, I'm trying to get gone. Devil on my shoulder. Trying to leave me on. Trying to leave me on. Swimming with this shot, they trying to leave me to this one. Wait for home. Yeah. You know these women on my job, trying to leave me on. Swimming with this shot, they trying to leave me to the swamp. What's life? I know it's the test. Burn with the grass. From to a vision, when the hell is the help left? Oppression over black, brown, white, and shit. If it's rich, first for what broke niggas fighting with. See what happens when a nigga truly rapping. Real life, folks is lying, young buckets, stop capping. Hitting up, popping smoke, ripped up off with the flatman. It was on until he stepped to us, little captain. They ain't playing games with you, lame. This shit's not the same. It's 2021, not 2017. Real disaster, drill rappers bound to get killed after things moving quick now. Niggas down a little fast. Hey, yo, I'm far away from home. Trying to get home. Devil on my shoulder. Trying to leave it wrong. You know these women on my job. Trying to leave me on. Yeah. Trying to fit into the spot. Hey, yo, I'm far away from home. Trying to get home. Devil on my shoulder. Shout out to all y'all. Thank y'all for checking me out. Y'all make sure y'all check out the play out the video, share that shit, subscribe. Forgive me for my horrible language. I'm tired. When I'm tired, all my ignorant words come out. That wants my condor leaking. Been a party on our ass since way before the weekend. Conscious. Last Muslim, Volume 1. Check that out. It's out on all platforms. Dolphin Dawood, DOLF space BIN space DAWUD. Dolphin Dawood. Y'all make sure y'all share that. Pass that out. Last Muslim. We got more stuff coming and it's on the way. Stay tuned. Salam.